so I eventually checked my MySpace and I saw this message and I was like, oh my gosh. Immediately I was like, we're gonna get married. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be our love story. So I know a lot of you guys have followed me or subscribed because of my fitness journey, but that has been so obsessive for me, just focusing so much on fitness. I wanted to kind of expand my channel and show you guys more of me and what hobbies I have, who's in my life, and I wanted to share more personal stories with you guys. So today I wanted to share our love story. So I brought my husband on and say hi to everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
This is Jay, my husband, and I wanted to talk about how we met. And yeah, just kind of like take them through how we met and how long we've known each other, how long we've been married, things like that, first impressions. So yeah, why don't you start it off? So how did we meet? How long ago did we meet?
So we met in high school, I believe it was 1999.
1999 or 1998 maybe?
Yeah, 98 was freshman year, so that was somewhere around there, 99, 2000.
Okay.
So we met. We did not date or anything like that, but we did know of each other.
Yeah, we did not date in high school.
No, yeah.
And how did we like get to know each other? I don't think we had any classes together freshman year or anything like that.
I think I just kind of started talking to you a little bit here and there.
And then through like sports, because you knew my brother, my older brother.
Yeah. So I knew your brother, and we played football together, and I saw them together one day, and I was like, oh dang, she has a boyfriend? That's crazy. I can't believe she's dating that guy. And then I asked someone, and they told me that was your brother. So I was like, oh, kind of relieved. But he was...
So you had a crush on me in high school?
I mean, whatever. We don't want to get into that, because there's a story that you don't agree with, but whatever. Anywho.
Okay, so you played sports with my brother. My brother's 2 years older than both of us. So we were in the same grade, but my brother was two grades higher than us.
Yeah.
And so you guys played football together, ran track together, and so you were really like cool with my brother. I didn't really know you that well at first.
Yeah.
I knew him because he's a twin, so we would just call them the twins. We'd just say, oh, there's the twins. And so I knew you that way, but not really personally. But I did have a bit more of a relationship with you than your brother. Yeah. I think it was just because we just had classes together, or
I think so.
Maybe you would just go out of your way.
Me, so yeah.
You probably just go out of your way to talk to me, so more than your brother. So anyway, so that's how we met. We met in high school through my brother and just kind of bumping into each other. I think we did have like a class or two together. So
possible.
Yeah.
Okay,
so what was your like first impression of me when you got, when we were in high school?
I mean, I figured, I was like, wow, she's probably like a smart girl, because I just saw who you hung around with for the most part. From time to time, it depends on who you're hanging out with, but for the most part, I was like, oh, she's probably pretty smart. She looks like one of those girls that has it together.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I wasn't really allowed to date in high school either way, so that kind of screwed everything up.
Yeah,
but but my first impression was like, oh, she's beautiful, and I was like, oh, maybe I should try and get to know her, but it wasn't dating material in high school either way, so
So Jay comes from more of a stricter, especially then, your household was a lot more strict. My household was like free, do what you want kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I did take my studies seriously. My parents did raise me to have high ambitions and want to go to college and things like that. So I was nerdy-ish in high school. I took that stuff seriously. And my first impression of you, like I said, like it was just like, oh, there's the twins, it was kind of like lumped together with your brother. I knew you were athletic, into sports, but kind of like geeky, didn't really have like great manners, respectful, nice guy, but just didn't like have like the boldness. Like, you weren't really like bold, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't think of you that way. I thought more of like, I knew we were gonna be friends. Like, I knew we were good friends.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was pretty much like my first impression of you. Cool guy, friends, you know, he's athletic and a nice guy.
Yeah.
So after high school, we kind of went our separate ways. I went to college up north, Northern California, and you went to a JC, junior college.
Junior college, yeah.
Played some sports there, and we didn't really keep in touch. So this was before Facebook, guys. It's before Instagram, right? Before Snapchat.
We had MySpace, though.
We had, yeah, so that brings us to like how we reconnected. So yeah, when we graduated high school, it was kind of like you wrote in each other's yearbook, like phone numbers, and just kind of like keep in touch, you know?
Yeah.
And that was how you left things after high school. And then I went away, so I went to a college that was about 8 hours driving distance from where we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't see a lot of people that I knew in high school, but I did think about Jay like a lot, and especially after like a couple years into college, I thought like, dang, that was a really good guy. Like, I wonder what he's up to. And then that's when Facebook started coming alive, and I would hear people kind of talking about Facebook, but you needed a college email address to get on Facebook. So anyway, I plugged my email address in, and I got on Facebook, and I started reconnecting with all these people from high school. And I remember looking you up in Facebook, and I couldn't find you. And I was like, dang. So then I went to my yearbook, and I was like, okay, let me see if I can connect with him. And I think I actually called you like in the summertime after high school was over, and your mom answered, and she was just like, nope, Jay's not here. I was like, okay, can you give him a message?
Yeah, never got it.
Never got the message. So anyway,
never got it.
Yeah, so I tried to find him a few times, wasn't successful, and then all of a sudden, I opened my MySpace I think it was the last year of college, so this was in 2002, and I have a message.
Or no, 2000, no, it would have been
2001?
More,
I'm sorry.
No, it'd been like
2005.
4 or 5, yeah.
2005. Golly, these dates are hard to keep up with. But yeah, so in 2005, I remember going on MySpace and getting a message, and it was from Jay. So what made you send me a message? Had you looked for me?
Yeah, I'd been looking for her for a while, and I pretty sure that I saw like an account with your information, like you on there.
On MySpace?
Yeah, and then it went away, and I was like, crap. And then I just saw it appear again, like maybe a few months or even a year later, and I was like, okay, cool, I gotta send her a message. So.
What were you thinking though? Did you miss me? Did you?
I was just like, yeah, that was a
wonder
girl.
what you're up to.
Yeah, it was like someone that I had interest in, and I was like, I should really try and like reach back out to you. So. When that opportunity presented itself, I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. So I hit you back, or I sent you a message, and then you never responded. So,
so I had switched over. I wasn't using MySpace anymore. This was the time when Facebook was coming up, and I think I had started switching over, and so I hadn't checked MySpace in a long time. So this is when Messenger was popular, like IM.
Yeah, AIM.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
So crazy how old this stuff is. Anyway, so I eventually checked my MySpace, and I saw this message, and I was like, oh my gosh. Immediately I was like, we're gonna get married.
I wasn't thinking that at the time, but I was like, she finally called me back. I think I'd gotten off of work, and I was like about to fall asleep, and then like my phone rang. It was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I answered, and then it was her.
Yeah.
We talked every day since then, so.
Yeah, I remember messaging you like, oh my gosh, I looked for you, and so glad you contacted me.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Guys, I already knew, like, when I got that message, because I had been praying, like, you know, I was done with the dating. I was in my last year of college. I wanted to meet my husband. I thought I'd meet my husband in college, never did. And I had thought about him. I knew he was a nice guy. And so I had just been praying and waiting. And when I got that message, I was like, okay, this is it. I didn't tell him that. I just knew. So we talked. You came up and visited me
Yeah.
in college a couple times.
Yeah.
Was I different?
Yeah, you were. You were different. I mean, you were obviously. I didn't really have like a college experience at all, so I just assumed it's like, oh, I guess this is what college is like. So it was a lot of going out,
Parties,
partying,
fun, studying,
yeah.
tons of studying.
So it was definitely something I wasn't used to. I had been working, like I had a job, so. But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, from what I had seen in high school, yeah, you changed, like you had blossomed, so.
Okay.
So for the good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that you changed too. You were more bold. You were more, I guess, expressive in what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Obviously more responsible because you, like you said, you'd been working and taking care of yourself, paying for your stuff.
Yeah.
I was in college and I was living off them student loans, and my grandfather was helping me, like he had given me a credit card for my expenses. So I worked a little bit, like I worked in summer, but I didn't have a job. I didn't have like super responsibilities or anything like that. But I did take college seriously, and so I had grown with that probably, and you had grown, and I just knew, like, as soon as he reached out to me, I was like, this is it. This is the one. But so I think we connected in January, and then by February, so you guys know February, Valentine's Day was coming up, and I was like, this is how I'll know if he really is serious about me, is if he sends me something for Valentine's Day. And I was waiting. All my friends, like I had 3 other roommates, and I think they all had boyfriends, and so their boyfriends were sending stuff to the apartment, you know, candies were coming in, cards were coming in, and I was just like, okay. I went to my first class, my second class. I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm not gonna get anything. And then I started freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm putting too much into this. But then my last class I had with my roommate, and I told her, I was like, I don't know, I guess maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe it's too soon, you know, all those questions. And then we get back to the apartment, and there it was, my little bouquet of roses, red roses, and my Valentine. And it was so sweet, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is the one.
Ate top ramen for a week after that. I couldn't afford anything. It was my last dime.
Used your last dime to send me flowers.
I think I had like $70 in my account, and the bouquet was like 68, so I was right on it. So.
That solidified it, and I knew from then on, like, okay, this is serious. This is somebody I know. Like, I knew him, and I knew what qualities he had, and that I wanted those qualities in a husband. We were young though, guys. Like, in the moment I thought for sure, like, oh, this is it, my husband. I was only 21. I turned 21 that next month in March. And
I was like 22.
And you were 22, and looking back, like, wow, we were young. Yeah. But in the moment I thought, like, we were so grown, and like, you know, this is my husband, let's get married. He wasn't there yet. We waited for 2 years after that to get married. So we got married when we were 20. I was 23.
I was 24, 25, something like that.
I think you were 20. Anyway, we can't keep up with these dates. But we got married young. But after we reconnected, and I kind of knew that this was it, we started dating seriously. I graduated. I moved back down to where we're from, and we just started dating. Like, we would see each other every day. Fell in love.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, we took trips together, got to know each other's family better. Well, he had known, it was cool because since he had known my brother, it was kind of like easy for him to...
Yeah, it was easier to kind of, you know,
transition.
Walk in, yeah.
Into that.
Walking into my family is a little different.
Yeah, because I didn't really, I mean, I knew his twin brother, but that was it. Wasn't familiar with his parents, but got to know them and just really started growing and entwining our lives together.
Yeah.
So that was 2 years of doing that, kind of just dating and getting to know each other, And then, you know, after a while, I'm like, okay, I already knew we were going to get married from that MySpace message. So what's taking so long? So, of course, I started putting the pressure on, like, let's do this already. Like, I know that you're my husband. I mean, why are we waiting?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think eventually we started living together towards like the very right before we got married. And then it was really like, okay, come on, let's solidify this thing, right? How are you feeling during those times?
I mean, I was fine, but that's life. I mean, I was just, I was like in that point to where I still felt like I had to mature and be totally the man that you needed, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Because we were young, we didn't have a lot of money.
No.
We didn't have like super secure jobs. We didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
So we were still he was trying to figure things out, and I was just ready to be a wife, and you know, we were doing life together. So eventually he did pop the question.
Yeah, I did. We just I brought some hamburgers home and
fancy date.
Yeah, it's fancy. We were living in a studio
Apartment,
super small, and she went to the bathroom, and I'd already had like the hamburgers like out and stuff, and then I put the ring like on the bed, and she came back and she saw it, like, and I was like, be my wife.
What?
Yeah.
You know, there's not too much shock since I had been asking.
And the side story to that too is that I was paying the ring off. I wanted to pay for it before I gave it to you, so that kind of what took the longest time for me to pop the question. So I was like, dang, I want to pay for this before, because I don't want to have any, you know, like, it just felt different
on the ring
if I paid for it, but it was a whopping $700, so
it was beautiful.
Broke the bank on that.
Broke the bank, had a beautiful fancy dinner.
Yeah.
Beautiful ring. And I was so happy. I just remember being like, finally, like, let's start life together now, you know, under the covenant of God, and just being one, and like feeling comfortable and feeling whole.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling great about being engaged, but of course I just wanted to be married. I don't think I'm the girl that like wanted all this beautiful wedding and the gown and the this and the that. I really looked forward to just being with you and growing with you, and I wasn't worried about the whole wedding thing. So so we did have a wedding, but before we had our wedding, we went to the courthouse because you want to tell that, like.
Yeah, we were just kind of like, let's get this done with, you know. At that point, we were just ready.
Beautiful love story.
Yeah, I mean, we know, like, I love you, you love me, let's get it done.
Let's do it.
And luckily, my brother was in town from college, and we're just like, hey, come with us, we're going to the courthouse to get married. And that was 24 December 2007.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah.
2007.
2007, one morning. It was actually Christmas Eve, 2007.
Yeah.
Your brother was sleeping on our couch, his twin brother.
On the futon,
And we woke up Christmas Eve, and I said, do you think the courthouse is open? And we went and checked. We brought his brother along, and it was open, and we got married. Yeah. And that next day was Christmas, and we went to my family's house first, I think, and we were like, so, Merry Christmas, here's your present, we're married. And some people were happy, and some people were like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They wanted to be there, they wanted to celebrate with us, and so we told them, like, don't worry, we're gonna have a celebration.
Yeah.
You know, but we wanted to be married. And so we did the same thing with his family, and they were happy, super happy, and everybody was happy for us. They loved us together. But that's pretty much our love story. Like, that's how we met. That's how we grew together. That's how we ended up getting married. This Christmas, or this Christmas Eve, will be 13 years, right?
Oh yeah, I was waiting for you to answer.
I think it's 13 years.
Lost count after
13 years together. So we want to make more videos. I really want to talk about like the early stages of marriage, and like what it was like being married so young, and like just how we've evolved into the couple we are today. I think we we've grown so much together and experienced so much of life. That's pretty much it. That's our love story. Definitely want to make more videos. You want to make more videos, baby?
Yeah.
Down?
It'll be nice to come back on and, you know, share some more information.
All right, yeah, so hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, please subscribe. Like we said, we're gonna make more videos, kind of just walking you guys through different things in our lives, and hopefully you guys will be entertained, learn something, I don't know. Comment below if you found this video interesting and what videos you think that we should make in the future. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks you guys.